Hey everybody, welcome back. You know, it's not just during the Sundance Film Festival that we have incredibly talented artists in our studio. Some of them are very, very well known. Some of them might not yet be a household name, and yet when charisma walks in the door, it's unmistakable. I'm excited to welcome a fellow to the program. How are you, man?
Hey, nice
welcome. Nice to see you too. So let's talk a little bit about your background and where, was there a spark, as somebody who loves to see the red light go on top of that camera, was there an initial thing, an event or a film or a performer that got you at a certain age that turned that light bulb on, or did you just have that, I gotta sing kind of thing?
Well, I mean, I think it was a little bit of both, just because like I grew up with a very musical family. So just ever since I was like a really little kid, like my grandpa and my uncles, my dad, my mom, they were all really influential just in my life, because my mom danced, my dad was a drummer, my uncles and grandpa were all guitarists, you know. Nice. So music definitely was instilled at a really early age. But I mean, when he was alive, I'm not sure if there was anybody who wasn't impacted by Michael Jackson. And so
no question.
Michael Jackson and actually MC Hammer was inspiring to me, just with Can't Touch This, you know, that song
I'm with
came
you,
on.
Man. I love the Hammer. Yeah. Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
For sure.
That's great.
These were like things that my dad would play, and so I grew to love that kind of stuff. And yeah, then one thing led to the next, and later on in my life, I was inspired as a little kid by like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. And
sure.
Then after that, you know, Justin Timberlake broke off to be a solo artist, and I would definitely say that Justin has been a big inspiration of mine, just as far as like the direction I've wanted to go with my own brand. So yeah, it's been a fun journey.
And talk about, because singing is one thing, but I know that dance is hugely important to you.
Right.
Talk about that part of it, because of course there's millions of talented people on Broadway and touring the country in theater productions and that kind of thing. We can point to, of course, JT and tons of other great performers who are great dancers, of course MJ, Janet Jackson.
Right.
But it feels to me, and maybe it's because I'm not sort of as much of a student of pop music or the contemporary scene as maybe I used to be when I was a little younger, but I don't feel like there's that sort of iconic dancer person that isn't just about somebody who's a great singer, a generally great entertainer, who also, does MJ, does JT, was great at the Oscars, of course, the great, you know, choreography for his tune opening the show. But talk about that, kind of that perspective for you. Did you study dance formally? Were you just always copping MJ's movies on MTV, or how did that start, and how did it progress?
I wish I could say that I could copy MJ's moves, but yeah, he's a very unique performer. But I mean, you struck on a really good point. I mean, the industry, I think right now has a lot of really talented individuals who reflect different things, but one of those things that it is lacking right now in the younger generations is you know, a full-out performer, an entertainer.
Yeah, entertainer seems to be a word maybe we've not lost, but
yeah,
you don't hear that word as
well.
much.
The industry, unfortunately, has become a little more watered down right now compared to what it used to be, and that's just because the fans out there are starting to accept just whatever's thrown out, you know, instead of being a little more selective in music and demanding the musicality of musicians and
You saying you're not a Lil Yachty fan? Is that what I'm picking up?
No, that's not really my particular taste. But yeah, I mean, everybody's got their own taste.
Sure.
And you know, I mean, to each his own. And I definitely gotta applaud all those who are hustling really hard and pursuing their dreams and their passions.
Yourself included?
Yeah, myself included, for sure. But something that I strive to do is just be really well-rounded, and I think that that's what it takes to be an entertainer is you got to be well-rounded. You know, MJ was well-rounded.
No question.
Justin Timberlake is for sure well-rounded. Beyonce is well-rounded. And these are the iconic type of individuals that you see that are going 10 plus years in the industry,
Right.
and they're still cranking really hard. And, you know, I think that there's a little bit of a void there in the industry, and I hope to be able to have the opportunity to fill that void. You know, I'm a really hard worker. I'm very passionate. I think my brand speaks for itself. You know, it's just a matter of being at the right place at the right time, and, you know, just going from there.
Hey, should we watch the video?
Yeah, of course. Let's do it.
Do you want to set it up at all?
Sure. Do you want me to direct my focus, or?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to be watching one of my music videos called Get to Know Ya, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Jarman.
I saw you grab my attention, you gave me this feeling, now I only want you. Addicted to your face, body I want to taste. I want you to shy away, this moment's for you. Oh, I know you're the type of girl to take it slow. Girl, don't look back, you're just gonna let it go, go, go. Baby, let down your walls and open your heart and let me in. I just wanna get to know God. I just wanna have a chance to show you how to have a good time on the show, girl. I just wanna get to know God. Let me take you by the hand, go bring a girlfriend, bring your body real close, let me touch ya. We're moving closer, spotlight is on her, tension is rising, I'm a slave for you. My heart is beating, the way that you're breathing gives me the reason to lose control. I know you're the type of girl to take it slow. Girl, don't look back, you're just gonna let it go, go, go. Maybe let down your walls and open your heart and let me in. I just wanna get to know God. I just wanna have a chance to show you how to have a good time on the show, girl. I just wanna get to know God. Let me take you by the hand, you can bring a girlfriend, bring your body real close, let me touch ya. I just wanna get to know God.
Hey, man. There was a lot of cool stuff in that video.
For sure, I appreciate that.
That feels, and you know, we've been talking about MJ, and I don't mind blowing you up a little bit, but that kind of reminded me of an old school, you know, like Smooth Criminal or something. And I don't know, again, I don't watch as many videos as I used to, but the dancing, the storyline, the cinematography, it's all there, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely hard work, but it's really rewarding, and I have tons of fun because I not only like being on camera, but I love being able to just put in the work with post-production, and
Right.
you know, I normally direct most of my own music videos. You know.
Oh, great!
So,
That's really cool.
yeah, and it's a lot of
auteur.
fun. Yeah, for sure.
That's very cool. I wanted to ask you, what's up next? What are you doing now? What's the kind of the 6, 12, 18-month plan?
Well, next month I'm actually going to be releasing a virtual reality music video.
Wow.
And I'm really excited because the guys at Threshold Films are the ones who produced this upcoming music video. And they actually helped with the special effects for the new Power Rangers movie.
Wow.
So there's going to be some really cool CGI effects. The storyline is amazing just because it's not something I've done before. I normally try to have storylines that are more based on normal life, and this new music video is going to have me and the girl playing opposite of me. We have superpowers, you know, and there's
all right.
Yeah, there's really cool, crazy fight scenes, and I'm really excited just to be able to release it, because from what I know, there's no American artist as of yet that has released a virtual reality music video. You know, it's all.
You're number one, man.
Yeah,
that's
so
really
I mean,
cool.
being a pioneer in that field is going to be.
And it's the future.
Awesome.
I mean, the last 2 years, we've talked so much about virtual reality during Sundance. So, hey, the thing we got to do before we go is let folks know all of your social media points of contact.
Of course. Yeah, anybody who wants to connect, I always love meeting new people.
Absolutely.
And
likewise, brother.
Yeah, so
it's great to see you, man.
Thank you.
Wish you the best. You need no luck whatsoever. I can tell you're a hard worker, and I hope you'll have a chance to come back, and we'll give you a chance to perform here on the show.
Of course, it would be my pleasure, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Fantastic. That's it. We're over. You guys have a fantastic evening. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to the good folks from Utah State University. Go Ags. We'll see you soon. Good night.